Hello, my name is Ebenezer Safwedu. I'm a business strategy consultant and a data specialist. If you have been following my YouTube channel, you know this YouTube channel is dedicated for data science and data analysis. Sorry, in the last two videos, I've been teaching data analysis, especially using Power BI, and I started from the fundamental. And this particular video is a deviation from the training. This is for HR people only, and that is why I've titled it HR people only. However, if you are not an HR person and you still want to learn about HR analytics, you can go on, but tag an HR friend because that is how it will be very useful to them. So I had this data set from Camille Sheikh. He's a BI consultant in Amsterdam. So I decided that okay, once I have an HR data, what can I do with it? Actually, he's a very good BI tutor too. He has a channel, KMS BI. Check him out and also subscribe. So I decided to play around with the data set he sent me so as I can see what can come up of it, especially knowing that it's HR. Most organizations, HR are seen as just the cost center. The strategic side of HR is not seen. So by these analysis, HR people can actually show the value that they bring to the organization. Most often than not, HR people shy away from analytics and more of the qualitative side of reporting, where they make a lot of verbose reports. But with such analytics, you could tell management, top management, and come to the table with numbers and tell them that okay, based on our analysis, we've been able to save these salaries, been able to make sure that the company has done proper succession planning and has reduced maybe the employee turnover, like things that would show the numbers so as executive can see the worth of the department. So this particular um, video is just to show HR people that there can be ways that you could actually do analytics for your company. So I've titled my company Adom Company and it's an HR analysis. So let's go through the data set that I received from Camille. So that sorry for the data set is in different sheets, or would have called them tables in databases. So this is the main sheet, which has the employee ID, the employee first name, the full name, the date of birth, the hire date, the date the person was hired, the education, the department, the gender, the age group. There are groupings for the age, their marital status, the pay type, that's whether they are temporary or permanent workers, or the ethnicity, the position the person holds, and the term date, especially for the contract workers. So that is one of the tables. There is age group, there is pay type, there is ethnicity, there is education, there is position, there is absence. So there is a log on all absentees and what causes them to be absent. So this one you could see a lot of depression and the number of hours they stay away. Employee engagement analysis, this assessment of employees, and employee salaries, which is one of the most important analysis any HR person, because it's about the money at the end of the day. So with this data set, I decided to create this dashboard for and name my company Adom Company. So this is the interface. This is the it's like when you log in, this is what you would have first seen. So Power BI allows you to design very useful interfaces for your clients. So let's go straight to, so there are three different tabs. Employee analysis. So with employee analysis, I'm looking at the employee overview. So I'm looking at the total employees 251, permanent workers 108, contract is 143, and the average age is 32.73. A very young company with 160 million paid so far. since January 2017. So I've created special filters here so that if somebody wants to filter based on a certain hire date, so if you want to filter based on a certain hire date, you can just filter and find out, okay, from the 3rd January to maybe this particular date, what is the range. So let's change probably the date from January to maybe February, and let's see what happens. 8th February. So it changes the entire data set and changes the analysis also. So it's 214. So these are flexibilities that have been created so as people can slice and dice based on what they want to view. The gender, you can actually choose whether female and see the females in the company or males. So let's look at, for instance, maybe females and see females take 74 million and there are 138 females working there. There's only 113 males but taking 86 million. I'm sure my gender activist friends would have a go at this company. Then the marital status, you can also check and see what marital status is earning more or not. So that is also here, it can be seen clearly here, but these are just the numbers. Then there's ethnicity and there's department, so you can filter based on department. So these are the filters for you. And this is the numbers based on the pay type, numbers based on gender, 113 versus 138, which we just saw. um, there's also by ethnicity, by marital status, there's age group, there's department, and there's by position. So this is sales department has the highest number of hires, and there is the by position is also the customer service representatives that have the highest numbers. By age group, greater than 30 is, or rather less than 30 has the highest numbers. Interesting. No wonder the company is relatively young with 32.73. So you can click on any and you would get the slice and dice based on what you want to see. So below 30 people make 91 million. Let me see, 50 plus make just 30 million, but I'm sure their numbers are few. That's 37. Below 30 is 159. So those are some of the dynamics you can look at. So this is a fairly young company. So let's go back to the home tab and do for salaries. So this is the salary analysis. So the same filters are available to know which period. But if you look here, currently we have rather the total salaries, the permanent workers salaries, and the contract workers salaries. If you look here, you can see that the salaries have been increasing month on month. If you're an HR person, you definitely be worried and find out what is happening. So you can click in the last month, which is 2020 January. 239 employees were paid a total of 7 million. A month before there were 204 employees. So it means that it looks like the company keeps on adding up employees. So this is something that HR would have to look into and find out what is happening. Is it more contract workers? Is workload increasing per se? What is its output in terms of our financial goals? Is it returning in higher profit? So all these are analysis that HR can do to inform management on what to do. So the sales department takes a chunk of the salaries. We saw that they were the highest, they had the highest numbers. Customer service representatives by position takes the largest chunk of the salaries. Um, the people above, below 30, we saw that earlier, take about 91 million, and that is what is here, with contract staff making a chunk of them. So interestingly, the most of the contract staff are below 30. Let's check for that of 30 to 49. So that one has more of permanent workers. All right. Contract staff just make 274,000. Okay, so this is an interactive dashboard that helps you. So this employee salary by marital status, and this is actual numbers and names of all employees and how much they take annually. So this is one useful dashboard. Let's go back to the home page and go to the retirement analysis. Every HR person wants to see its attrition and people who are retiring and about to leave the company. With such an analysis, you'll be able to know proper succession planning to make sure that people do not leave without replacement. So I grouped the retirement, all those who are going to retire from 0 to 10 years in the next 0 to 9 years. I shaded them red so as you could always have an eye on them. You could even check which departments they are in, so as every time you know which departments are likely to lose more people. So you can check by department, maybe admin officers. Check and realize only 3 people in the admin officers would be going on retirement. So you can check which department is heavily tilted towards retirement, and you can plan your succession planning around that. So that's so interestingly, you see the executive office by department is has the highest average years to retire. It's expected because normally executives are quite old. So when you click on that, you get all the executives and their number of years to retire. I think Marcin Roberts is the least. No, I think Eugene Holian, 51 years more. The retirement age is 50. 70. Use the 70. This is a special case. I use 70 for a special case because I saw that people were 70 years in the data set. All right. So that is some analysis that HR people can run, including you saw the absentees data, which probably I'll do that later on. But this is just to give a fair idea that there is HR analytics that HR people can do. So if you're an HR person watching this video, you can make a comment and probably we can make contact and see how best any data that you have can be used to or be transformed to get insights to help your company or your organization. So tag an HR person and let them know, especially head of HR, can offer training for your department. Who knows, you get so much value out of this. Thank you. The name is Ebenezer Safwedu. Continue subscribing to my channel. The next tutorial, which will be the Power BI public training day 3, I may do some parts of this data set so as we all learn how to carry out or build this dashboard. Have a nice time and remember to subscribe to my channel.